Never dispose of the pen, I'm at it again, we close to the end. The older I get, emphatic I am. They try to pretend, they try to be friend, wreak havoc instead. Look at the trends, can't comprehend my dramatic ascent. I'm heavenly sent, they try to condemn. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man. Yeah, different vision but the same goes. Big collision off the main road, that's the beaten path where my brain goes. Fuck the devil's wrath off my halo. Hella stones, no Thanos. Hella gold, no rainbow. This is hella genius in my brain lobes. Hella gross as far as revenue goes. Bought me a net for these Benjamins though. You not a threat, you an enemy though. Broke me a sweat, killing enemies slow. Body offset, all these feminine flows. Hardly upset, but you testing me though. All of these stats are depressingly low. Why your girl think I'm a specimen though? Drones and them perks is my medicine though. There's no comparison, black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all, niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't mention it, that's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send in my sentiments. Neck full of sediments, cop me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Drop the investment in Silicon Valley. All this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just move to Miami. Drums are so loud that they breaking the chassis. King of the grass like I'm Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors at labels is testing.
Swolenormous X. Beishy.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping,
The birds.
the bacon is
The
sizzling.
bason.
Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Test. Testing. Testing. Testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 13 hundo and schnandy of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and lislaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we own flex our biceps. What's going on, bitches? We are back on the Daily Swole channel. How are we doing? Large and in charge. We got some Scorched Earth on the hook. How is the Swole fam ready for Scorched Earth? Are we ready for 1390? On Monday, Scorched Earth is launching. Are we excited? Hashtag Swole text for all you beaches. Look at the hair. Got some nice. Let me fix this a little bit. Are we ready? Ooh, look at that. Looking good. Ooh, looking silky today. Looking silky. Not gonna lie. Feeling silky, feeling sexy. Are we ready for some Scorched Earth? This is the time of year for people that might have slacked on their resolutions. We are almost in March. So Sunday's March 1st. We're in March, people. So much for fuck your resolutions. That fucking came and went. Is anyone wondering where the rest of the year went? Is anyone wondering where January went? I don't remember January. That was a blur. February, I know we're still in February, but I feel like I missed it. I feel like I missed February. I feel like I missed it today. I feel like I don't know. I feel like the last 2 months have just been gone. I don't know how many of you feel the same way, but literally feels like it just doesn't exist. It just doesn't exist. Doesn't exist, never did exist, just a complete blur. We got everyone dropping their hashtag Scorched Earth. Martina, Gwendol, are we ready for Scorched Earth? Eddie Van Hus, beyond ready for Scorched Earth. Yoked Viking, excited to get some more shit done. Scorched Earth, yeah. You ready for that? You ready for that sweet action? So how many of you are doing the 90-day dash now? How many of you are going to start Scorched Earth on Monday? How many of you are going to start the day that it launches? Now, I'm going to try to get that up on Sunday night. That way you have it for Monday morning. That shouldn't be a problem. But, I'm going to make sure that we get it up, planning for that Sunday night release. That way, members, you have it for Monday morning. How many of you are going to start it on on Monday? How many are going to keep up with the flow? So you can start this whenever. If you're in the middle of the 90-day dash, I would recommend everyone do the 90-day dash first because it's very humbling. It's very humbling in the approach. It's very humbling with the integration with yoga and with the stabilization exercises and the pacing. And of course, if you're joining Swolenormous X and you're working on your nutrition, you're working on all these other aspects of your health and fitness, it's not just what you're doing in the gym. It's important to understand that all these other things need to be addressed as well for optimal results. It's not just, hey, let me go to the gym. Whatever I do in the gym is going to be the entire program. It's also what you're doing in the kitchen. It's also what you're doing, in terms of your sleeping patterns. It's what you're doing with your hydration. It's what you're doing with your recovery. It's what you're doing with your meditation, your mindfulness training. It's what you're doing with all these different aspects. Tess Hornaday, I'm sorry. Oops, did I give away your real name? That's your alias. If I say Tess Hornaday, no one knows who you are. It's a secret. No one knows who you are. I'm quite intrigued by Scorched Earth. You should be. If you like the Ignite workouts, you're going to like Scorched Earth. It's very Ignite. It's very Ignitey. It's very Ignitey. So we have the 90-day dash, which is great for all levels. We have Swole season, which is excellent. It's advanced. Swole season's advanced. But everything's adjustable. Everything's adjustable. That's what's important about proper programming, is that it's adjustable, is that you can manipulate, is that you can modify, you can back off, you can increase volume, you can decrease volume, you can adjust in that sense. Let me get some more. Let me follow up with this. Let me just send out another little message here. Little Swole Texty McTexterson. I just want to get. I don't think I hit send on this one. Send out a few Swole texts because we got international peeps too. Make sure they get the. You're probably already here, but it's all good. You get your notifications here. Swole text in the house. Come join the papa. Come join daddy on the Daily Swole and Daily Swole, the Daily Swole and Daily Swole, the Daily Swole. Oh my God. Facebook. Fucking Facebook. God, they're bastards. Been fucking me over all morning. Never mind. All right, I'm just going off on a tangent. Dead Helmet, thanks for reminding me about hydration. I'm gonna pound some water now. Pound it. Pound it. Pound it. Get your water. Got to finish the last 3 weeks of 90-day dash first. What kind of routine is it? It's a strength. It's an endurance program. Get you some Ignite, and you're gonna figure it out. What does Scorched Earth sound like? You'll find out what it's like. You'll find out what it's like. I have 12 more weeks on Swole season and get fucking swole after I jump on getting lean on Scorched Earth. Just remember that when going Scorched Earth, don't go full Steve. Well, good thing I don't have you doing box jumps. Fucking box jumps. People love them some box jumps. They love fucking them. They love fucking their shit up. They love fucking their shit up. Just don't jump down, you idiots. Unless you're an athlete, don't jump down. Don't do depth jumps or anything unless you're an athlete. Build up to that, especially if you're obese. Just avoid, if you're out of training or you're obese, just no plyo. Boom, across. Don't do it. None. You're not changing directions fast. Fuck that agility work and stuff. No, you need to work on structure. You need to build up to that. You need to get that foundation. Don't build the 30th floor before you build the first 5, please. You need to build the previous levels first before you just jump. You just jump into the deep end. A lot of programs just jump into the deep end. And here's the thing when it comes to general programming. If someone's trying to just push a program, they have to shock and awe. They have to shock you. They have to inspire. Ooh, oh my God, this is so amazing. They have to, it becomes this dick measuring contest where a program isn't quality unless it murders you, or a workout isn't quality unless it murders you. That's one of the problems with the CrossFit mentality and the boom, I should say, of all these individual training studios, because you have CrossFit got really popular. So garage, gym, just general fitness classes have increased in popularity. You have Orange Theory. You have all these different group training. It's group training. It's group training. That's really what it is. All these classes that are competing against one another. Now, CrossFit, of course, has the branding because they pay CrossFit HQ thousands of dollars a year to use the branding. But all these individual garage gyms, group exercise studios, they need to one-up each other. They need to one-up. They need to out-gimmick. They need to out-intensify. They need to outdo it's like Instagram fitness influencers, all these exercises that people demonstrate have to be more and more extreme to get attention, to get views, to get likes. So it's the same kind of concept as likes and views online. These studios have to do more and more and more. They have to do, burn 12. There's an ad at a gym that I saw for, it was like cardio kickboxing. Okay. And the advertising was burn up to 1,200 calories in a class. Who the fuck is burning 1,200 calories in a class? If you're burning 1,200 calories in a fucking class, chances are you are severely overtraining. Because once you get to a certain calorie limit, you're just becoming more efficient at doing more work with less energy. Your body becomes more efficient, so you don't burn quite as much, or you're just completely flattening yourself and you're doing like marathon training. You're just doing tons and tons of endurance training, tons and tons. But the average person should not be burning that much in a workout. You're overdoing it. You're over fucking doing it. 1,200 calories in a workout. That's what happens when you play the numbers game. That's what happens when you do the addition and subtraction. Oh, I'm eating this much, so I can eat this much. You're following your macros. You're just adding and measuring and subtracting because that's all it is. It's not about the quality. It's about the number. It's about the number. It's about the number of 1,200 sounds like a lot, as if that's better. That's energy. We're not talking about fat or muscle. We're not talking about what the person needs. We're not talking about the specificity of the training. We're not talking about the quality of the nutrients, just 1,200 calories. That's not by default a good thing. It's just not. Exercise is not about exhausting yourself and expending more. It's not just about expending more energy than you're consuming. That's basic, just physics. That's not enough. That doesn't talk about nutrients, doesn't talk about health, doesn't talk about mobility, doesn't talk about mindset, just ignores everything else. And that's why people fuck up with that all the time, because you might focus on one specific thing and you forget all the rest of it. You focus on one pillar and you forget the rest of the other six. You're not going to have much success. You have to focus on all of them. They all matter. All the pillars matter. But you all know that. You all know that, fam. Scorched Earth sounds like my muscles will burn like a motherfucker. You're goddamn right, Cerny. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Yeah. Should make those gorillas a little bit louder. Is that better? You got that a little bit louder here. Oh, my goodness. What's good, fam? What's good? What's good? What's good? Let's see here. Hey, Papa, I'm a runner. And as you can imagine, my movements are mostly linear. I practice yoga when I'm not running. Any workouts that you can benefit? My running LA marathons in 2 weeks. I wouldn't change any training 2 weeks out from a marathon. That's silly. That's ludicrous. Strength training will help you. You don't necessarily want to crush yourself. I wouldn't implement any new training practices if you have the LA marathon in 2 weeks. You're too soon out to implement new training modules. So don't worry about it right now. Focus on your shit. Whatever you're doing, keep going. Been there, Papa. The number game definitely didn't work for me. And it's not that numbers don't work. I always have to specify that. It's not that counting calories doesn't work. And I think that's where people get confused, that it's about, oh, well, this works. Well, it works for certain things for certain people. And it doesn't mean that physics don't exist or that calories don't exist for other people. But what's the most important thing to focus on at an individual level? What's the most important thing to focus on to relay a message to most people? It's not, hey, measure this. Most people hate math. Most people hate measuring. Most people don't have time to micromanage their calorie intake. Most people need things that they can fucking execute without thinking. And when I say without thinking, with minimal, with like understanding, with intuition, but not intuitive eating, we have to train ourselves and learn what foods work best for us. So you don't have to be micromanaging your calories. You can measure. There's no problem measuring and learning more about what you're consuming and understanding the caloric value of foods. Like I ate a whole bag of frozen strawberries, a little small thing, 100 fucking calories. 100 calories, a big bowl of frozen strawberries, 100 calories. People are eating 5 times as much in terms of calorie value with like a Snickers bar or something. I don't have those calorie numbers. I'm just talking about in general. Like you'll get a lot more sugar and just caloric void if you're eating junk food. And most people are just filling themselves up with highly compressed, so to speak, highly condensed and just calorie dense foods, but they're nutrient void. So it's easy to eat a lot of calories and consume a lot of energy, and much more energy than you are expending. So you're going to gain weight, and it's easier. You can consume more calories in less time because it's less for your body to process. Your body goes through those insulin roller coasters where you get hungry, you get more cravings. It's a vicious cycle. Counting calories helped in the start to teach me how much I was eating. Yeah, it's vague. It's vague. It gives you a little insight, but it's not where you should be focusing. And that's just my expert opinion, you know. And what is an expert? Someone who has a lot of experience, experience. So, you know, it can help some people, and some people swear by it. There's nothing wrong with it. But I'll tell you what, keeping a scale around the kitchen's fucking stupid. I hate it. I fucking hate it. And here's the thing, counting calories doesn't help with the cravings. It doesn't. It really doesn't. If anything, it incites cravings. If anything, it ignites your cravings because you're restricting and you're not getting enough nutrients. That's why it's so important to make sure that you're eating the right foods. Now, of course, you combine the two. And here's the reason why I say it's not that calories don't exist. It's that the approach should be more for the quality first. So you combine quality food and proper caloric intake. Boom, you're golden. You're eating a good amount of the right foods. You're good. And then you can start thinking about supplementation and what nutrients, what vitamins or minerals you might be missing or deficient in or want to reinforce because the quality of the food, you know, especially vegetables, fruits, it's not what it used to be. We're not getting all the nutrients that we should be getting from the soils and stuff. And that's a whole other discussion. Well, food isn't a reward. It's absolutely fuel. If you think of food as a reward, you're going to be on this like binge cycle. It's not really healthy mentally to reward yourself with food. You're not a dog. You're not a dog. Had a giant grass-fed ribeye with grass-fed butter, and it was my whole 1,200 daily calories. I had a salad too. Should I not eat anything else though? You're only eating 1,200 calories? Are you exercising? You're a grown adult? That depends. You had a salad. Like, I don't know everything that you're doing, Jessica. How do I know? Should I eat anything else? It's like, it's that simple. It's like, oh, eat this. I just know everything that's going on in your life right now. And here's another thing when we talk about nutrition. When we talk about like what we're doing in a day, think about this. Your body doesn't necessarily know, okay, today stopped. Now it's no longer Monday, it's Tuesday. So we ignore everything that happened Monday. It's not that your body is an etch-a-sketch and every day, that's what I think a lot of people perceive their bodies as. You wake up in the morning, it's like an etch-a-sketch. You're a clean slate. Not really how it works. You still ate what you ate yesterday. You still ate what you ate the day before and the day before that and for the 10 years before that. So you are you accumulate calories over the course of days. So it's rolling. If you're eating overall the course of several days, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you're eating more calories than you're burning overall, you know, you're in a caloric surplus. It's not just what you're doing in the day. It's like, hey, I ate less, I'm losing weight today. Hey, I ate more, I'm gaining weight. The more consistent you are, the more repetitive you are, the more direct you are with your body, the more efficient your body will become. And it rolls over the course of, you know, hours and days. It's not just segmented each day. So remember that. It's rolling. Rolling. Do you still put grass-fed butter in your coffee? Often. I love it. Let's see here. Zash Orion. That's a name. I think people have a negative perception of calorie counting. I'm not a nutritionist, but I understand basic math. It makes sense to count calories to lose weight or gain. It makes sense. Well, they should have a negative perception. Because it leads people down the wrong. And this is just my experience. It leads the majority of people. Why are people obese? Why are people overweight? Is it just the food? It's the food and this focus on numbers. Because if you focus on numbers, here's the thing. Numbers are very black and white. It's very black and white. And life isn't black and white. If you've noticed, we can see color. We know there's things that we can't see as well. So, you go by just the strict, anytime you can only find a scientific study, and then you're locking yourself into only what we've studied so far and only the information that we've gathered. As human beings, we don't know everything, not even fucking close. So when it comes to our bodies, it's not that black and white. We're not just numbers. Numbers matter in terms of what we understand for or energy balance, but it doesn't talk about what the foods actually do to our bodies. It doesn't talk about the actual assimilation and the effects of these foods in our bodies, these individual foods on the individual person. So if you're only going after the numbers, if you're only doing numbers, it makes it very black and white, and it makes people think that, hey, I can just do what I'm doing, eat less, and just lose weight and be healthy. And a lot of times it doesn't work out that way. Maybe it works for a week and people fall off. They're constantly miserable. And think about this. It's not just, well, if you do it anyway, you have to suck it up. Well, if you're miserable, your body is releasing other hormones like cortisol, stress hormones you will retain water, you'll retain fat, and you will maybe lead more towards lower mood. You'll sleep poorly, which will increase stress hormones. So it's a vicious cycle. It's not just the calorie number. You have a lot of systems that need to work properly in your body. And if you're eating the wrong foods and then you start restricting calories and playing a numbers game, you're going to fuck yourself up. And that's why everyone's sick and dying. And if it was working, we've been talking about calories and putting calories on the back of foods for decades, and we're getting sicker and sicker. So that's not the answer. That's not the approach in the industry, in the fitness industry, in the health industry. If you're doing calories and you're only cutting calories, you're only playing the calories game, then you allow all these things and these psychological aspects to take hold and take root, like fat burning and shred 1,200 calories in a class. It becomes this numbers bullshit. It becomes this garbage numbers game. And then it becomes not only if you're eating more, you gain, and you eat less, you lose. Well, if I exercise more, then I'll lose more. So then people start over exercising and under recovering. And then they're trying to reach, hey, I want to burn 800 calories in a class. I want to burn 1,000 calories in a class. I want to burn 1,200 calories. And then you start, exercise bulimia. You're binge eating because you're so restricted and you just can't hold these cravings. And you have a pizza on the weekends and you feel guilty. And then you go back to the gym. You're like, well, I'm going to do a fucking cardio kickboxing class. And then you try to burn fucking 1,000 calories and you do spinning and stuff and you over exercise. It creates this cycle of more output and less input. And that's how you lose weight and that's how you manage it. It's not the right approach for health, and it's not the only approach for weight loss. And you really don't have to micromanage your math. And most people hate fucking math. I don't blame you. But that's because school taught you improperly. It's just not the functional way. It's not the best way today. We have to teach people really fundamentally what good food is. And if we're able to educate each other, and that's what we're doing here, on actually having control and the power to do that, you can actually notice this. You can actually test this. You can look into it. You can practice this. And when you do that, you'll see a lot of benefits and you won't have to micromanage. You can still observe. You can still learn. You can still weigh and measure if you like. And I say this all the time. If you're a weigher, some people just like to see numbers. They like to put their graphs. They like to do that kind of shit. Fine. If that gets you off, then it fucking gets you off. Right? If it gets you off, if you enjoy painting, then fucking paint. I'm not here to tell you to stop painting or stop woodworking. Like, I don't care what the fuck you do. Go do it. But don't do it at the expense of quality. If you want to count calories, sure, then do that. Then make sure that you're eating the right shit and then fucking count them. Count the right shit. Stop counting poison. Stop counting shit. If you're eating McDonald's, you're fundamentally fucking yourself over. I don't care what you're eating from there. You're fucking your shit over. Stop pretending like you can get away with it. You can't. That's why everyone's dying. Pre-diabetic and diabetes, that's fucking why. Because people think they can get away with it until they can't get away with it. And then, oh my God, I need medication. Oh my God, you know what? I don't want to lose weight. Just love me for who I am. I'm obese, but obese is beautiful. Big is beautiful. You can't say that about me. That's not fair. We need rights. We need... And then you have these people that fucking eat themselves to sickness and then make the excuse that I should be respectful and love them because they're proud of their bodies. Well, I think it's disgusting. I think you disrespect your bodies, and I think you should be ashamed of yourself. And I think you should take care of yourself and stop trying to compel me to pander to your bullshit. You can't compel me to give a fuck about your feelings. I care about people's health, and at the expense of your sensitivities, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. Don't care if your feelings are hurt. If you're obese because you ate yourself that way, it's your fault. Own it. Own it. If you don't want to change, then don't change. But I'm going to say whatever the fuck I want about it. And if you're not happy, then change. And if you are happy, then you don't give a fuck about what I say, right? If you're happy with the way you are, and that's why people get offended, because they're not really happy. If you're happy with what you're doing in your life, and you're happy with the way you're eating, you're happy with the way you're training, and you're at peace, and you enjoy your job, you enjoy your family, you're in a good spot, you don't give a fuck. You're not surrounding yourself with shitty people. You're not surrounding yourself with those types of voices. So I have the right to say what I want to say. I have the right to my opinion, as do other people. They don't have to pay attention to it. It's all inside. What are you allowing in? If they want to ignore it, then they can ignore it. I can't stop them. Free country. And I actually encourage that ability to ignore what I'm saying, to not change. They should have the right to not change. I just think it's a horrible, horrible mistake. And if they have a big audience, I take offense to that. I take offense to that because you are neglecting other people's health at the expense to get ad spend, to keep your audience for your own fucking ego. And you're hurting people. You're literally affecting people's lives. Maybe not in the present. You're making them feel good right now. But in the next 20, 30 years, they're going to have diabetes. And then, well, you're not going to be around to make more videos for them because you're going to have fucking diabetes and be dying. So, yeah. I guess the whole audience and everyone's going to just disappear. I think so too. I think so too, Cerny. Much more important to pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth than how many calories are in it. Now, of course, you can have the argument. Calories matter. Of course they matter. But so does the quality. So does the quality. Stop pretending like the quality doesn't fucking matter. But that's what happens. You start talking about quality all the time and everyone just or quality, and then everyone just runs back to quantity. Whoa, I'm like they're counting calories. You feel comfortable counting calories because you understand basic math. That's fine. So does a 5-year-old. Doesn't mean that's the only thing that you need to learn in your entire life. It's not obvious that the quality matters. Look at what people eat. Look at what people eat. Look at what happens when people eat shit. They look like shit. If you eat good, you generally look pretty good. Am I right? If you eat shit food, you look like you are what you eat, literally. Show me someone that eats fast food all the fucking time. Oh, but this person has abs and they do like that. Everyone's going to pick up the rare anomaly of someone who has fast metabolism or whatever. Maybe doesn't eat as many calories. Everyone's like, oh, I eat so much food. I eat so much. You probably don't. Everyone's always making excuses without any real proof or leverage. I eat whatever I want. I just can't gain any weight. You see what they're eating. They're barely eating 1,500, 2,000 calories. Well, you can't gain weight because you're not eating enough food. Goes both ways. Anyway, there's a lot of different bullshit out there, but quality is the best thing from all my experience to come first. Quality first. You want to count calories, that's fine. But just do so as a side note to making sure you're eating the right foods, and then it'll be much easier. You won't have to worry, because most people have to worry about overeating. And if you're eating the right foods, it's much easier to avoid overconsumption if you're eating nutrient dense foods. Yeah, I agree. Veggie Mama Marinucci. Veggie Mama. Not vegan, are you? If you eat nutrient-dense food, your body will be more satisfied and nourished. You'll be less likely to overeat. Nothing wrong with tracking if it works for you, but eventually it'll be like second nature. You don't need to weigh your stuff and measure all the time. You get to know, oh, this amount in this bowl is what I eat. So if I fill up a bowl this much with this food, this is what I eat. And then you start learning. That's what I did. You learn calories. You learn, oh, this is 2,000. That's how I know, because I've gained. And trust me, to gain weight, to gain muscle, to bulk is extremely difficult, which is why most people don't. It's relentless force feeding. It really is. You're eating more than your body requires because you're forcing it to grow. You're damaging it to the point where it needs to build more muscle than it has. Your body needs to build something. You're pushing your body to create more tissue. You have to force that adaptation. You're training the body hard, consistently, hard. And you're stuffing your fucking face. It's a job. That's why most people don't bulk or bulk properly, because it is a lot of work. And it's more than what 99% of people actually realize it is. It's not easy. A lot of people build muscle when they first start because the first couple years, you get those newbie gains, your body, everything is new. When you're eating food, your body is finally learning how to create muscle. Wow, we've never done this before. After a while, I just can't get bigger. I can't, because you're not training harder. You're not eating more. You're not taking it more seriously. Your body adapts, and then it's like, all right, this is boring. We've been doing this for a while. What next? And then it gets harder and harder to grow. You have to push yourself. You have to eat more. You have to do it more and more relentless and force it. And it takes years. And most people don't like to do that. So they don't get results. And it goes backwards both ways. It's hard work. Is anyone shocked? Is anyone shocked or surprised that most people don't get results because most people don't want to put in that kind of discipline and dedication? It's no shocker. This is facts. Most people don't want to do that. Most people don't want to try that hard. Most people don't want to put in that much effort. Simple. Most people don't work hard, which is why most people don't have results. Shaka. Shaka. Annika Skulanda. My name is Annika Skulanda. What a fucking name. What a name, Annika. Good for you. Good for your parents and your ancestors. Watching others say they eat healthy and don't, and others I am only around when they have their single crap meal in a month after a heavy swim meet. All right, I missed the context of that, but I guess we agree with you. Sounds like we do. What a great name. What a great name. Quality first, especially for performance. I cannot get away with eating just anything. I love running in triathlons, and my body needs and craves the best food, as it should. Your body needs fuel, just like your car does. Your car doesn't want French fries. Your car wants fucking gas. What up, JC? The food we have today is fucking crap. Eat real shit and quality shit. My daughter's friend got sick with the flu B. It then escalated to encephalitis and had to go to the hospital. Her blood sugar was over 500. Holy shit. She's currently on life support, and if she pulls through this, she'll be in the hospital for the next 2 to 3 months till her body can handle it. I'm not saying food was the major cause, but if she was eating real food, her body would be able to stave some of the sickness or get rid of the sickness. Well, what was she eating? What was she actually eating? I mean, your body sugar, your blood sugar, your body will dump sugar into the blood too. Your body will release energy. I'm not an expert on encephalitis or the reactions to illness. That's medical. But who knows? But kids these days are eating shit. I think we can agree with that. But that actual situation, who knows? JC, she'll more than likely have diabetes if she makes it. Like, is she eating that much crap? Is she overweight? Like, tell me a little bit more about this. You ain't never lied, Swolio. Bulk with good food is tough, but it's fun. It's a challenge. Well, it's just my experience. That's what I did. And I also didn't bulk with like perfect, I didn't bulk the way that I'm eating now. I wish I did. I wish I did. I would have put on a lot less body fat. I would have felt a lot less, aches and pains and had a lot less bloating. I was eating junk too. I mean, I came from perspective of this. I mean, I was eating clean, but clean from a, junk compared to what I eat now, but what a lot of people think of as quality food, like whole wheat bread. And, I was eating chicken breast and shit like that. And it wasn't like the best. It was just, the normal stuff that most people eat. It wasn't 100% grass fed. It wasn't pasture raised. It wasn't, all those things. So I'm not saying you can't gain or you can't bulk, but trust me, the way I look now, the way I feel now with the bloating or lack of bloating, shape, my skin quality, everything. I look better now than I did 10 years ago, guaranteed. For sure. For sure. Let's see, Jessica, counting. We're on a nutrition tip today. Counting made me obsessed with my weight, and that ended up with me being malnourished, had to force myself to eat more, and now I focus on the quality. I feel so much healthier. Well, you'll definitely feel better, that's for sure. Remember, today's hashtag or today's Swole card is Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth, fam. So Monday is the release of the brand new program inside Swolenormous X for members, Scorched Earth, which is great for spring. It's going to be great. Coming up on summer, fam. Coming up in summer, we're going to fucking get it. We're going to get after it. Scorched Earth, motherfucker. Scorched Earth. Let's see here. Why would anyone think building muscle is easy? Because people think things are easy or that they're guaranteed because they decided to get a gym membership or buy a whey protein that all of a sudden they're going to build muscle. Hey, I did a bench press today. When am I going to see results? Maybe in a couple years. Jews got to put some work in. Jews got to put some work in. All right, so this is what this girl was eating. Crap food, 12-year-old food. Well, 12-year-old food if you're eating. That's crap. That's not 12-year-old food. That's crap food for anyone. It shouldn't be for anyone, let alone 12-year-olds. Little Debbie's. She was over 2 weekends ago and ate what we made. Real food, steak, veggies, beef, quality stuff, not processed. She stated she doesn't get that at home. She really liked our food. I sent her home with several to-go boxes of dinners. Yeah. Poor thing. So she's eating gross stuff. She's not active, a little overweight. What's that smell? Little hints of scorched earth. Well, one thing that we can agree on is that nutrition is individualized. So some of you in the comments, I noticed that some of you are probably eating maybe higher carbs than others. Some of you are doing low carbs. Some of you are doing higher fat. Some people don't metabolize fats well. And some of you in the comments probably don't or have limited understanding of nutrition and the variability and the ability of fats to be an amazing resource. And of course, with documentaries and people running their mouths online, you get a lot of things that are demonized improperly, and people don't find that common ground. And it's not that everything is in moderation. That's a terrible approach to nutrition. Quite the opposite. You need specific foods, but specific foods to your body. So it comes down to your investment, just with time and effort, to determine, to eliminate foods and to test and to figure out what works best for your body, what you're happy with, what you can be consistent with, and what you can maintain, what you can afford, all these different aspects, what you have access to. Not everyone has access to things like Amazon that can get, products in an hour or two or whatever. Some people need to maybe drive or travel. But of course, with today's technology, you can order a lot of stuff online. You can order food online. You can order meat online. You can order veggies. You can sign up for co-ops. You can go to farmers markets. There's a lot of great resources out there. So you have to use your Google, use your head, and put some effort into it. And most people don't put that much effort into their food, which is probably where you should be putting the most effort. People put more effort into their house, into their cars, into their clothes, into their inanimate objects, and they ignore their bodies because they have the pleasures, they have their addictions, they have the things they like to do, the habits that they formed. Don't put your physical possessions over your body. That's the stupidest thing. Who cares? Who gives a fuck about your physical possessions? Those things are going to disappear. Those things are going to go by the wayside, and you're going to be left with a shitty body. A shitty body. A shit body. What are my thoughts on Organifi brand protein? Never heard of it. And other products, I don't use protein powders. If anything, you can do some kind of if you want to try some kind of like a collagen protein or something, but everything should be grass-fed. Everything should be really clean. It's really hard to get good supplements because a lot of times if you find something like a good vitamin or mineral, there's purity issues all the time. People are always sending me little clips and things and emails that they're getting from supplements and things that they're buying online that they get FDA recall notifications from supplements that they buy online, all these like big name brands, because there's contaminations and that they were found. And then all these different supplements were being recalled, but people already consume them all. Yeah, there's a lot of shit. There's heavy metals in most proteins. Most proteins have been tested and found heavy metals from processing. So you're consuming a lot of shit that you don't realize you are in many cases. So you have to make sure that you find the highest quality one, things that have been tested for all sorts of poisons and all sorts of metals and shit. There's a lot of stuff. But certainly one thing that I'm not really going to focus a lot on is getting extra. I have plenty of protein in my nutrition. No. There you go, Heather. Good for you. Good for you. Papa was taken off cholesterol meds yesterday and was given 2 thumbs up to start the 90-day dash from my doctor. Thank you so much, Scorched Earth. Be careful. Not Scorched Earth. You're going to do 90-day dash for you. But Scorched Earth. Nice. Good for you, Heather. No more cholesterol meds. Yay. Cholesterol is so misunderstood too. But good stuff. Get off these fucking meds if you can. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, fam. Feeling good. Got a couple awesome posts today. Let's see here. How many of you checked out today's video on YouTube? Today's video is a little bit more about impact and impacting on those around you. Kind of piggybacks onto some other stuff we've been talking about with the Steve Cook and Alan Roberts, the video made the other day. And of course, the live cast I had with Alan about having an impact on those around you. Make sure you go and watch today's video and drop a comment. If you already have, a lot of you probably already checked it out, but it's a good video. A reminder that you all make an impact. You all do to those around you, for sure. Let's see here. Good for you. Oh, this is a follow-up for a previous podcast. Amanda Bunga just ate 2 plain grass-fed filet mignon and some jasmine rice for my first meal after fasting for 17 hours. Still not allowed to lift weights per doctor's orders, just doing a lot of stretching per my physical therapist orders. Since I started fasting about 3 weeks ago, I think I've lost almost all 5 pounds I gained from that evil Lyrica. I'm really loving the fasting. I feel more in control of my eating for once. I'm back, Beaches. Welcome back. Good for you. Good for you. Good for you. Fasting is great, whether it's intermittent fasting or you do like a longer fast some days, a time restricted eating window, not eating all day long. It's a great thing. It's a great thing. It mitigates a lot of those cravings because you're able to, quote, binge. You just gotta make sure that you don't overeat. But allows you to satisfy yourself. Yeah, that's what she said. It allows you to consume food over the course of like 4, 5, or 6 hours and not worry about going over your caloric limit. Of course, you still have to eat less, but at the same time, it allows you to enjoy yourself more and not be thinking about food. If you know, and here's another thing. Here's another reason why fasting can be great. Because if you think you should be eating all day, if you're like, oh, what am I going to eat for breakfast? It's time, it's energy, it's things that you're thinking about. Oh my God, I got to think about what should I eat for breakfast? What's a good idea for this? What's great for this? If you're not eating breakfast, you don't got to worry about it. If you're not eating lunch at 12, you don't have to worry about it. If you're only eating till if you're not eating till 3 or 4, you don't have to worry about what foods you're eating. You don't have to worry. It's less distraction. You can focus on your day. And plus it makes you more aware and it makes you more focused because if you're hungry on an evolutionary level, you're more in tune, you're more focused because that's when human beings would hunt. That's when we'd be focusing on looking for fruits and berries and animals to hunt in the wild. It makes you more acute, more, in tune with like sounds and paying attention and focus because you're not worrying about eating. Your blood is able to go to your head. You're able to focus on things and tasks at hand because your body isn't worried about digesting all the time and you're not distracted with eating all the time. I think it's a really good strategy. Now, whether or not you have coffee in the morning, black, whether you have bulletproof coffee, just sitting down, it's time and it's just energy wasted. You don't have to worry about eating all the time. Jessica, I did a 7-day fast and it felt really good in tune with my body. It was awesome. You didn't eat for 7 days? Like at all for 7 days? No, I wouldn't go that long. That's dangerous. That's very risky. Like not at all for 7 days. That's really, I do not recommend that. That's pushing it. More details on that, please. Yolanda, injured my knee out hiking last weekend. Oh no. Yoga studio, here I come. This is why I love Swolenormous X. There's a section for everything that you need. Oh, brand new recovery flow. Those of you that are Swolenormous X members, brand new recovery flow. Hey-o. How many of you tried that one already? Oh, how many of you tried the brand new Brain Gains, number 3, the 20-minute? How many of you have done the new Brain Gains yet? Let's see here. Crystal, I have a binge issue as it is though, so I'm trying to figure out a way to stop doing that. I still have my bad moments and gain weight back. What's the context for this question? I must not have seen something above that. I'm sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, maybe some intermittent fasting could be beneficial to you. Ryan, I skip breakfast. I eat breakfast, skip lunch, and eat again in the evening. I would look up time restricted eating windows because you might want to compress that. It depends on if it's like within a certain time range. My mom tried doing a 37-day fast. Yeah, I don't really know I don't know what this means. What does that mean? And binging after 16 days? Well, because you're starving yourself to death? How are people doing fasts? I don't trust anyone what these fucking people are saying. This 37-day fast. Is she part of a cult? The fuck is that all about? Drinking that Kool-Aid. 2 days minimum, then gradually get back to food with light yoga and light weight training. Don't overkill it. Worked for me. Well, that's more of a, I mean, if you're doing a fast like that, that's a much more reasonable time window. I'm glad, Maria. Thank you for checking it out. Yeah, Josh did the first 20 minutes brain gain. Yeah. No food, just black coffee and tea. Okay, so not a water fast. I came off with bone broth and then soup, then a scrambled egg. All right. That's a long time. It's just not necessary to go 7 days, though. There's a guy who did 150 fast here on YouTube. No, that's bullshit. You don't go 150 fucking days without eating. That's bull fucking shit. Get the fuck out of here. You're talking about come on, get the fuck out of here. What was he doing during that? Get the fuck out of here. That's stupid as shit. You know, being healthy is not about trying to kill yourself either. The fuck out of here. You know, you're taking something. You're taking something. Yeah, you're not, he was 500, now weighs 230. The fuck out of here. You're stressing the shit out of yourself. I really don't care enough to look it up, to be honest. I am not going to look it up at all. I'm just talking shit. I will not look that up for a second. So you guys can comment below. Anyway, obviously you're taking a lot of other things to make sure you don't fucking die, but that's really not healthy. I don't care if someone did it. That's really fucking crazy. It was a documentary, and these are the things that people are like, ooh. It's fucking ludicrous. Ludicrous. Why is everyone's always got to do like a little bit extra? Everyone's got to get a little bit more attention. 120 days isn't enough. 150. Because that's what you need to do to lose weight. You got to stop eating so much and start fucking exercising. Ugh. He took vitamins and apple cider vinegar and water. I'm skeptical as to if that's literally what he did. Because it's not that simple that your body only eats what's on your body. It's not that. That's extremely high risk. Yeah. Look it up? No, I really don't care. I mean, okay. Apparently, it's true. Fine. So you took vitamin supplements. Okay, so it's not really a fast. Whatever. I mean, if you're doing a documentary, you have tons and tons of doctors, and you're whatever. Stop talking about it if you're not going to look it up. I will do whatever the fuck I want. You can go look it up. Go watch a documentary. Report back here. I got better things to do with my time than to watch a guy who didn't eat for a long time and lost weight. Ooh, how did he do it? How did he do it? How did he lose the weight? By not eating so much. Shocker. I am shocked. I'm shocked. If you don't eat for a couple days, you'll lose weight. Oh. No, I don't care that much to make a video about it. Well, good for him. Good for him. Oh, let's see. At work, people fast, but in a swim teaching job, they're grumpy and tired, and then go binge KFC. Well, that's the problem. Most people that do fasting, a lot of people that do fasting or limit their eating, then they're going to go and binge, then they're going to go and overeat. So intermittent fasting doesn't help if you're going to go and slingshot and then eat 5,000 calories at a buffet. You know what I mean? So with anything that you're doing under a ton of medical supervision, like you should not be doing any type of extended fasting unless you're under medical supervision, just for your own health and safety, because organs can fail. Organs can fail from stress. It's very common for people with anorexia and issues and eating disorders, real eating disorders, that kind of stress on the organs and just the systems can shut down. You can have organ failure. You can have issues that arise from jerking the body around with extremes. So it doesn't just make you, it's not all about just weight loss, you know, for a lot of people. But the average person doesn't have to lose from 500 pounds. When you have extreme situations and extreme weight to lose, so certain modalities and certain training or certain measures are more appropriate, but it all depends on the situation. You know, because then you'll watch that and then people get the idea that, oh, I need to do a long fast. And then you get people doing fucking 14-day fasts or things like that, and they're dropping like flies. But they didn't have that kind of weight to lose. They didn't have that kind of extreme. They didn't have, I mean, obviously that guy's a freak if he can do that. Yeah, 71 hours is a while. I've done a day or two or a day and a half. I've done 2 days. It's not that hard. It's not hard. Just, it really isn't. Especially if you have good nutrients, if you're consuming well, when you are consuming, it's not as much of a stress, you know, on the body, especially if you're eating like quality fats and stuff and your body is in like a fat burning mode or it's very adaptable. If you're eating well and you have good nutrients, it's much, I guess, in general, safer to do a fast because you're in a healthier state to start. If you have people that are already obese and they have eating disorders and they can't stop eating already, then not eating obviously is a challenge in itself. So sometimes extreme situations require extreme action. So, you know, don't want people thinking that it's normal 150 days. Cause then you have people that misunderstand what what fasting means, and there's different types of fasting. There's protein fasting. When you're just not eating protein, you can consume fats. There's, you know, water fasting. You're still getting vitamins and minerals. There's, of course, those juice cleanses and bullshit, but it could be intermittent, could be 18 hours, could be 16 hours, could be 20 hours, could be 24, could be once a week, 24-hour fast. And then everyone's got their, but that's why it's good to play around. It's not bad to not eat. That's what we have to get away with. It's not bad to be hungry. It's good to be hungry. You should be hungry. That's what your body is like. Oh, we don't have food, but you have to teach your body that we don't need food all the time. Everyone's used to having food at every corner and every turn. So we're always just wanting food. We're always like, hey, I need to eat something, to eat something. Just because your body signals it doesn't mean you're hungry. Your body's just used to eating all the time. It's really like the habits that our body is reacting to. Our body is used to getting food all the time, so it signals hunger all the time. Does that make sense? Habits. You know, if you're eating regularly, your body will get used to and trigger food regularly. When I was bulking, when I first started, it's like 20 years ago, I was eating every 2 hours. So my watch would go off, it would beep, and I would eat. And I got to the point where I would look at my watch, I would start feeling a hunger pain. I'm like, ooh, I feel hungry. And I would look at my watch and it'd be counting down from 4 minutes. So my body knew almost to the minute, just about to the minute. Like it would warn me, I would start to feel a little hungry a couple minutes because I ate so literally right when I finished my last bite, I would hit my stopwatch and it would count down from 2 hours. So I'd literally eat every 2 hours and my body would start sending me hunger signals within 4 or 5 minutes of that alarm going off. So did that mean I was actually hungry? Of course not. How the fuck could I be hungry? I just ate 2 hours ago. My body was signaling hunger because it's more like, hey, we're getting food, right? This is food time. It's just like Pavlov dog. Your body would just get to know, okay, at this time we eat. That's why people used to eat breakfast at this time, eat lunch at 12, eat dinner at 6. So guess what happens? You start getting hungry at 6. You start getting hungry at 12. If you don't eat at those times, you don't get hungry at those times anymore because your body does not expect food. It's habit. It's habit and expectation. It's literally just your body expects it. And if your body no longer expects it, you're not going to feel hungry. I don't get hungry at 12. It has nothing, because I don't eat at 12. So I'm not hungry at 12 anymore. And yeah, and here's another thing. It's okay to be hungry. It's okay to feel hungry. It's a normal thing. It's a communication. It's a survival tool. Your body says, hey, we should get some calories soon. And you're like, okay, cool. Doesn't mean that, no, I'm starving. No, you feel you had a signal. It's like, okay there. Okay, buddy. You don't have to pay attention. You don't have to be at the beck and call of every little impulse that your body sends you. That's because you're not managing your stress well. So Connie D says, I find it so hard with stress to avoid eating all the time. There's no correlation to the reason, like there's no reason why stress would lead to eating. Why? When I say there's no reason, obviously that's a huge problem with people. I'm not saying that there's no, like, you get what I'm saying, but that doesn't solve anything. It doesn't solve anything. You're literally creating a habit. You're creating a trigger. When you have stress, you go for a food that gives you a dopamine release. It gives you a little relief of that psychological stress. It's just an impulse. The problem is people try to manage. So people like Connie, this is what people normally do. I'm not saying you do this, Connie, but this is some good advice or insight, I hope. If you have stress and then you go to food, it's not like, okay, and then I tend to overeat. Let me restrict my calories. So if you're and then if you go for the nutrition, if you try to attack this from a nutrition standpoint, you're not solving the problem. And here's the issue is that when someone's overeating, you start restricting their well, we have to work on calorie restrictions. We're going to work on this type and intermittent fasting and blah, blah, blah. That's not the issue that Connie's dealing with. The issue is the stress. That's why mindfulness, Connie needs to meditate and practice yoga and start being more aware of these triggers and be more aware of her thoughts. If she attacks the problem from a nutrition standpoint, it's always going to be a struggle. The issue is not being targeted. The actual problem, the source of the issue isn't being solved. It's psychological. It's her own management. It's her own absorption of this stress and that internalization of the stress. I'm not a psychologist, but this is just what I see. This is what has helped thousands of people change their mindset on how they eat. Mindfulness, attention, meditation, it helps you learn why you have these thoughts. It helps you learn where these thoughts are fucking coming from. If you allow your thoughts to control your life, then you're just going to be a fucking slave. And every time you have an impulse, you're going to go after it. And you're going to keep on gaining weight. You're going to keep on eating every time you have a bad day, which is going to be often. Often. You think you're not going to get stressed anymore? Everyone gets stressed. There's always stress. It's always going to keep on coming. It's always going to keep on coming. The stress will never go away. It's going to keep on coming back and coming back. There are always stressors. When you go to the gym, that's stress. It's physical stress. The difference is emotional stress is our choice. And I'm not saying it's easy, but it's a practice. Everything's a practice. So your physical stress is something you're putting your body under. You're putting a physical stress. And then your body will adapt to that physical stress by building muscle, increasing mitochondrial density, endurance, and elasticity, practicing yoga. But your psychological stress, that's something that you internalize. If you allow it to stress you out, then it does. If you're practicing more mindfulness training, you're aware and you're more able to catch these things before they manifest into, oh my God, that physical, oh my God, heart rate and cortisol levels and stress. And oh my God, I need to relax. Oh my God, then you have a drink. Like I need a drink. Oh, I'm stressed. I need a drink. No, you don't. You don't need to suck down fucking alcohol and liquid calories. You need to breathe and calm the fuck down and stop letting things get to you. This is why everything in your life, doing what you enjoy, surrounding yourself with better people, eating quality food. If you eat shit food, it is proven you can eat certain foods that will cause your heart rate to increase, that can lead to depression, that can lead to low mood, that can lead to mood swings, hormone imbalances. A lot of these foods cause issues in the body, especially these processed fake garbage foods, okay? That's why an elimination diet and figuring out what foods work best for you are important. You're going to find some foods just make you feel bloated and sluggish and low mood. I've had that. I've eaten something and felt like, oh, just dragging ass. So I eat the foods that make me feel good. And when I say feel good, it's not, I like the taste of that. The foods that make me perform well, that work well for me from a health standpoint, inflammation, bloating, joint pain, energy, fatigue wise, those types of things. But mental stress, we oftentimes try to solve mental stress with physical reactions and physical changes. So, okay, I'm mentally stressed. Oh my God, I'm having a rough day. Oh, I'm so stressed. Let me go to the gym and burn off some steam. Not really it. I mean, it's part of it. It might temporarily, but then it's going to come back because you're not solving where those things are coming from. You're not stopping those emotions, or you're not addressing the psychological aspect that is internalizing that stress to begin with. So someone here says it was 40 days. I just saw this. It was 40 days, not 150. So what does that mean? Why did everyone, that documentary that I'm not going to watch? 40 days, not 150. That's just a huge difference. I would have believed, that's a huge difference. What we got going on here? What we got going on here, fam? Come on. You guys jerking me around? Come on. Let's see here. Slightle 90, practicing being mindful made it so I can now stop myself and say, okay, you want to eat because you are stressed, not because you are hungry. Definitely a non-scale victory, but that's going to lead to a scale victory. Those scale victories are not as, they can be very, very satisfying, and they can help you a lot psychologically. They can be like, wow, I'm seeing progress. Wow, it actually is working. But that's going to stop. You're not going to have those endless goals, because at the same time, when you lose weight, there's only so much weight you can lose. Eventually it's going to stop. You're not going to lose endlessly until you just weigh nothing. It's going to stop eventually. So the important thing is to make sure that you have another purpose with your training and nutrition. You have more purpose than that, because the scale will only, like, if your goal is 175, you're just going to stop exercising once you get there? You have other things to do. So it's only a bump in the road. So just don't put all your eggs in the number basket, because once you get there, it's like, you're not going to stop. Aaron, that's peanut butter. Reintroduced it. The last 3 days felt sluggish, lethargic, and gassy. No go. Ditch the legumes. Yeah, I don't do peanut butter either. Never felt any benefit. And a lot of it is just shit quality too. There's better choices than peanuts. Much better. Get you some omega-3s. Ditch the beans. Nicholas, the whole thing is bogus going on with that starvation diet guy. He wasn't honest about it. That as a parent, he would be dead either way. They're talking about two different people, apparently. All right, whatever. There are a lot of people that fast. So whatever you guys do. Whatever. Let's see here. There's a book on stress and coping where Dr. Ray, whatever, talks about the connection between physiology and psychological. Under stress, if your only coping mechanism is food, then you will abuse it. Well, we have to cope with stress. So give yourself another opportunity to manage and mitigate that stress. Yeah, mitigating stress. I think it's the best way to think about it is, if you have psychological triggers, we need to make that conversation about addressing the psychological issues with psychological, I don't want to say psychological tools, with the mindfulness, with meditation. If you're internalizing stress and you're having issues with that, then don't go after it physically. That can be a component, but you're not going to solve the problem. Where is the source? Yeah? Where's the source? Where's the source of this problem? Where's the source coming from? And if it's psychological, then you have to deal with it there. Like, go up there, go upstairs, hit that. Go upstairs and deal with that issue. Don't try to just burn it out. Just exercise it out and just exhaust yourself. You might feel good temporarily, but you're also going to get on that, exercise exhaustion type tip where you're just going to overdo it to compensate for stress, because where does that end? You get more stressed, right? You get more stressed out. So you exercise more but then you're not dealing with your stress. So now you're stressed out because you're not losing weight. So guess what? You exercise more or you eat less. And then it becomes about doing more and then eating less. And then you're still stressed. And then people just get miserable and then binge eat whatever because they feel fucking miserable. Well, if I can't lose weight, then fuck it, I'll eat everything. And then they get more stressed and more miserable. And the cycle continues. And then depression sets in. It's like, let's go after, why can't we just leave all that? You hear that? It just sounds like a hot mess. And that cycle makes sense. And a lot of you will agree. A lot of that it makes sense. Okay. People struggle because they're being led and pulled in multiple directions. They get fed up and they fucking crash. So how about we do this? How about people focus on quality? You eat quality foods. You focus on an elimination diet, cutting out this bullshit. Let's figure out what foods work best for you. You surround yourself with good people. You get yourself a good community like we do here. And in the Swole fam, you surround yourself with people that are supportive, that are inspiring, that are on the same journey or a similar journey to you to improve themselves and to support one another. You train properly and regularly. Pillar 4, sound familiar? Recovery. You fill your cup. You make sure you're meditating. You make sure you're doing your yoga. You're hydrating. You're sleeping. Mobility. Again, yoga, mobility. You're taking care of yourself. Mindfulness. You're meditating. And you do that consistently. If you fucking just do those basics, you're going to handle your stress. It's going to really, 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 really help. And it might even fix completely. We've had people say it completely fixes their triggers. It completely fixes that coping mechanism. Now, it's not like a magic. It's work, it's effort, but we have all the tools inside Swolenormous X for you to do that. But if you approach via the 7 pillars and you approach your mind and you're eating the right foods, you're trying to find the highest quality, the best foods that your body performs well with, just on all levels, like in all aspects of your awareness and how your body functions, joint pain, bloating, fatigue, right? All those things, energy, mood. And then you're hydrating, you're sleeping, you're practicing yoga, you're training, you're surrounding yourself with good people, you're meditating. I mean, what else do you got to cover? What else do you got to cover? You're addressing the issues at the source. You're not going to deal with a lot of this higher end bullshit. You're not going to deal with you're not going to get tangled up in the noise. And then you can also look with the pillars, you have all that here. You could always start counting calories. You have that fundamental, count calories, go for it. You want to try intermittent fasting, 18-6 or 16-8 or 24, then go for it. You want to try, then you want to try keto. You know which foods and which fats work best. You want to try that. You want to try moving this way. You want to try, then you do that. But if you have that fundamental, the 7 pillars, then you go from there. And then when you're counting calories and you're measuring, you're doing it with the right foods. And then it's just, okay, then you're learning more, you're learning more, and then you're applying it and you're tweaking, and you're redirecting, you're refining. And that's better. You're not measuring, you're not nitpicking 50 calories from a fucking cookie. You're actually eating the right foods, and then you're observing what you're consuming, and then you mitigate and you adjust, and you're doing it from a longevous standpoint. You're something you can maintain, something that you can keep going long-term. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the feedback, and I love doing the live streams here because everyone has their own experience. Like we talk about fasting, and everyone was like, "Oh, I've done 7 days, I've done 3 days, and this that's great." And it just goes to show that there's a lot of ways to do it, and a lot of people do a lot of things that fucking work. It just gives you more opportunities. Wow, there are so many things to do out there. Let me focus here at that foundation, right? The quality, and then as I learn and practice, everything's a fucking practice. Don't forget, you're not just gonna have the answer. And as you practice and develop, you'll get better at better. You will focus, you'll just direct your attention, and you'll figure out what works best for you more and more over time. Patience. It's a practice. Everything is a fucking practice. It's a practice, y'all. Oh, I'm glad to hear it, Cerny. I can't say enough about how much brain gains helps me with my mental shit. Just keep on practicing mindfulness, motherfuckers. Mindfulness, beaches. Mindfulness. All right. Eggplants and water droplets. We got to give away this card. I got to pee. I got to pump. We got stuff to do. I got videos to record. I got nuts to put on fucking chins. We got shit to do, fam. We got shit to do. Scorched Earth. Everyone, Scorched Earth drops Monday, March 2nd. I want to say March 1st, but it's a Sunday. So like I mentioned, for those of you that are part of the Swole fam that you want to start on Monday, I'm going to get you that first workout Sunday night. Maybe we'll do like a Sunday night accountability meeting. Would you like that? Some of you might be early in the morning. We could do a Monday thing. Maybe a Monday thing. Monday. Accountability. Should we do a Sunday night release? I'll leave it up in the air. Maybe next week, maybe this coming Sunday, maybe we'll do a Sunday night release party, or maybe we'll do Monday, whatever. I think Monday 12 is when we always do it, but might have a little release party or a little bit on the DL for people that want to do Scorched Earth Monday morning. But I get you. I hear you. I'm feeling you. Oh, we got eggplants and water droplets. Let's make some gains. Come on, kitty. Where's the kitty? Come on, kitty. We got water break time. I know. It's been a while. Well, don't be a little bitch. Come on. Get the water break. Time to make some gains. Y'all. Time to make some gains. It's time to make some gains. Here we go. Water break, fam. You ready? In 3, 2, schwam. Dance time. Oh, there you are, kitty. Hello, kitty. Good kitty. I can't hear you. Moan. Oh, yeah. How's that? That grossed a lot of people out. And some of you got off on that ASMR, like, ooh, slurping ASMR. I should make some ASMR videos. Should I make some beard ASMR? I can't. I don't know. Okay. All right, fam. Here we go. Swole card giveaway. Scorched Earth. Hashtag Scorched Earth, fam. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Scorched Earth. 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 And the winner is dun, 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 Heather Garrett. Congratulations, Heather. Congratulations. Everyone say congratulations. Heather, that's so fantastic. You have won Scorched Earth. So, Heather Garrett, please send us an email to support@swolenormous.com with Swole card 1390 in the subject, and of course your mailing address in the body of the email. You could also put Scorched Earth and shit like that, but put 1390. Send us an email. Everyone can say congratulations to Heather. Everyone say congratulations. If you want to win, you gotta drop the hashtag, and a random person will be picked. So say congratulations to Heather. Congratulations. Everyone say congratulations to Heather. You fucking Beaches. Come on, man. Come on. Stop whining. Be nice. Be nice. She played. She tried. She did her best, and she won. All right? She won today. She was the best today. Actually, it's completely random, but come on. It's fucking amazing. Congratulations, Heather. Congratulations. Send us an email. All right. So, just to reiterate, if you want to check out today's YouTube video, make sure you go do that on the Swolenormous channel. Brand new video about Impact and Steve Cook and such. Also, Monday is a release of Scorched Earth inside Swolenormous X. So you all will have completely, you already have customizable programming and everything's fully customizable, but you have 12 months of programming. You got the 5-month Swole season. You'll have the 16-week, the 4-month Scorched Earth, and the 90-day dash. So when you sign up for Swolenormous X, if you are ready to get started, for the fucking spring, get that summer on, you literally have right out of the gate, you have 12 months, you have an entire year of full-blown programming that you can customize and modify for your needs. Nothing out there like Swolenormous X and the Swole fam, plus all your meditation, all your yoga classes, fucking about, what is that? We're coming up on 100 classes that are live or that are streamed or available to be streamed at fucking anytime, 24/7, 365. So don't miss out on that. Any other questions, you can send us an email or check out the website, swolenormousx.com. If you want to join the fam, that's less than $3. You can get access to the Swole fam for less than $3 and catch all the accountability meetings. Join the private Swole fam group and get access to Swole TV. So the Monday accountability meetings you'll access anytime I travel. You won't miss a single episode. So that's awesome. If you want to join the Swole fam legit, it's as little as $3, less than $3, less than the price of a pumpkin spice fucking latte. Oh, less than the price of a pink drink. This last week, where is it? Oh, drop that. Not wearing a shirt today. Not wearing a shirt today, but I'll wear it for the YouTube video so I can flex on it. But remember, let's see here. Swolenormous apparel action. This is the last couple days for the Fuck Your Pink Drink gear. If you missed it last year, I got a hair on it. I dropped on the ground and Papa Swolio's got hair everywhere. So Fuck Your Pink Drink and the Never Go Full Steve shirts. So a couple days left on that. So don't miss out. Swolenormousapparel.com. And you can check those links in the description and all that good shit. But if you watch the YouTube video, you'll have all the details there. Just a little final reminder. And of course, subscribe to the podcast everywhere. I love you, fam. I'll be on Swole Text later. Got a bunch of stuff to do today, and time is waning in the day, but I'm glad we got a nice, solid fucking man cast in. I'm fucking stoked. So we'll talk real soon. Scorched Earth on Monday. Scorched Earth, we'll be talking about it all fucking week, so I'm super stoked. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for episode 1390 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gaincast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. See you tomorrow for the 1390 Schwum. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swolio. Oh. Out.